Oh, hello, this is Tak Chong from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. The goal of my YouTube channel is to promote home cooking. I use my fast cooking system, which include flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. The goal is to make home cooking practical, efficient, rapid, fusion, economical, creative, and tasty. I call this the perfect cooking solution. And the word perfect is the acronym of these 7 conditions. And by using this cooking system, you can cook your meal 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And then you will never get bored or tired with your cooking. And then you can cook infinite number of dishes, all from fresh ingredients from scratch in less than 30 minutes for each meal. And all you need is a wok with a system of advanced prepping, and you will develop a set of templates that you could use to create infinite number of variations and to constantly improve the flavor of your dish. It is a lifelong commitment, provide lifelong benefits. Again, I want to emphasize my cooking system is not to promote any recipes. Instead, it is an attitude or a perspective toward cooking. Through template-based cooking, you have the flexibility to make adjustments and substitutions as you cook. And therefore, you are not bound by recipes at all. And through flavor chasing, you will always explore new ideas to create the kind of flavor that you enjoy. Furthermore, you will continue to discover new flavors. Recently, a viewer wrote me and he told me that he just new to cooking. And he loves eggs. And he would like to ask me some suggestions how to cook eggs in a wok that he recently purchased. Well, and it turned out that the wok is designed perfectly for cooking different type of egg dishes. So in this video, I would like to demonstrate how you use the wok to cook different types of egg dishes. So okay, let's go into the kitchen and get started. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to cook 2 different egg dishes. The first one is being very simple, and the second one is a variation of the first one. This stainless steel wok that I use have a natural surface without any non-stick coating. I much prefer woks with natural surfaces because you have nothing that you would damage, so that you can use any type of spatula that you prefer. I personally prefer a stainless steel wok spatula, which works much better. With a stainless steel wok surface, you can create non-stick property by seasoning the wok. I use a method that I call it spot seasoning. And the reason for the name means that I can season the wok anytime I want right on the spot. The idea is actually very simple. What you do is that you heat up the oil until it reaches its smoking point. At this point, you turn down the heat so the oil will not smoke too much. You maintain the oil temperature for about 10 to 15 seconds. This is time when the oil will create a non-stick surface on the wok. And make sure you carefully control the heat so that the oil only smokes very gently. And you might want to experiment how long this takes. I think it also depends on the heat of your stove. If you do this correctly, when you pour the egg into the wok, you will notice that the egg will start to bubble almost immediately. This is a very good sign, which means that the egg is not sticking to the bottom surface of the wok. This is also the reason that you want to keep the oil temperature as hot as possible without too much dissociation. You probably do not notice it. I just added a bit of salt to season the egg. At this point, I also turn down the heat. I then use the wok spatula to push the cooked egg to the center so that the uncooked egg can fill the space. I next add some chopped scallion, and by now the egg is almost 70% cooked. The wok is wonderful for cooking egg like this. And because of the curvature of the wok and the wok spatula, you can easily scramble the eggs to the degree of how you would like it. You can also use the wok spatula as a shovel to turn the eggs over easily. This method is really a combination of making an egg omelette or a scrambled egg. So you can create texture of this egg dish. Has characteristics both scrambled egg as well as an egg omelette. So okay, now the dish is done and the total cook time is less than 3 minutes. Cooking this dish is very simple and straightforward. And you also have a lot of control over the texture of the eggs. You can make it more like an egg omelette, or you can turn it into very much a hot scrambled eggs. By adding the scallions, you enhance the texture as well as the flavor of the egg. The scallion gives the egg an oniony flavor and make it more interesting. For this dish, I'm going to garnish it with some oyster sauce. This will give it another flavor dimension. Okay, next I'm going to show you a slight modifications of this dish. So for this dish, I cook it essentially the same way, except I'm going to add some Polish sausage, and at the end, I'm going to garnish the dish with some cheese. It takes about the same amount of time to cook this dish, but it gives it much greater versatility. Again, I spot season the wok to create a non-stick cooked surface. The overall process in cooking this two dish is basically the same. And this is the reason I call this as a template that you can modify to create different variations. In this case, I have some Polish sausage in the refrigerator that I cut up to make some fried rice earlier. Both my wife and my son love Polish sausage, so I decided this would be a good dish, and I know they will enjoy it. So you notice that in this part how I cook the dish, I treat it more like an omelette. I use the wok spatula to fold the egg over the Polish sausage. Instead of breaking up the egg into small pieces, if I were going to scramble the egg. So right there you can see there's a lot of flexibility in cooking this dish. In the past, I often use whatever lunch meat that I might have left over and put it into this dish. For example, one of my favorite is to use ham. You can put any meat that's already pre-cooked. Quite often, I will use cooked shrimp as well. Again, you notice that I essentially use the wok spatula to fold the egg over the sausage. By now, the dish is almost done, and I'm going to garnish it with some scallions as I have done earlier. With a few quick mix, the dish is done. The total cook time is again about 3 minutes. Using this basic simple template, you can create many different type of egg dishes. For example, instead of using Polish sausage or any other type of meat, you can use vegetables. You can either use fresh or frozen vegetables. A tomato is definitely one of my favorites. And if you don't have fresh vegetables on hand, you can use frozen vegetables. A frozen edamame is a favorite of my family. Now furthermore, you can garnish the dish very differently. In this case, I garnish the dish with some cheese. Here I garnish the dish with a free cheese blend. They contain Asiago, Parmesan, and Romano. So what I want to show you here is that this egg dish is a simple but extremely versatile template. As I told my viewer, if you just got a wok and you want to get some experience in cooking with the wok, start out with this stir-fry egg template will be a very good way to get familiar in using the wok. Like everything else, cooking is all about practice. And the more you cook, the better you will become. At the same time, you will develop a workable system that will provide you with that perfect cooking solution, with the practicality, the efficiency, as well as the creativity that will allow you to cook on a regular basis. And I developed my fast cooking system with this purpose in mind. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you'd like to learn more or to adopt my cooking system. I'm glad that you joined me today. So I will see you tomorrow, and keep cooking.